Welcome back to Pattern. Around 600,000 animals are kept in zoos around the world. And we hope you're not eating lunch because, of course, those animals create a lot of...
duty. That's better. That's a better word.
Better than poo?
Dude, yeah.
Waste?
Waste. That's good. Zoos are using that as a resource, though. Rich Burgle is the director of conservation at the North Carolina Zoo.
If duty's the official word that they use there at the North Carolina Zoo.
The number 2.
Jordan has three small children, so that explains that one.
How's it going? So, yeah, I guess we should ask you a question. Thank you for being with us. Just like
Sorry, we got
talking about
that.
So, I guess, what are you doing with the excess waste?
Well, like you said, zoo animals, like all animals, poop. And so we have to dispose of that. Traditionally, zoos would have just sent that to a landfill, but the North Carolina Zoo has put a lot of effort into minimizing our environmental impact. And one of the ways that we do that is by composting almost all of the waste that our animals produce.
Do you do that at the zoo? And do you also bring your vegetable scraps from home, or how does the whole process work?
Yeah, we do. So we are lucky. We're one of the largest zoos in the States. We have over 2,000 acres available to us. And part of that is our compost facility, which is a multi-acre facility that takes all the waste from almost all of our animals, not every single one, but the majority of them, along with our horticultural waste, the waste from the restaurants we have at the zoo, and all of that goes into our compost facility, which processes over 2,000 tons of organic waste every year.
Wow.
That facility, is that downwind from the zoo?
It's a little bit further away. It's away from where our guests visit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
How do you move that much animal waste? Because
big tractors.
like a front end loader. I mean, there's a lot going on there.
Yeah, exactly. Well, so it starts off with where the waste is produced at the back end of the animal, and our zookeepers load that into trucks using skid steers, all kinds of different equipment. And take that to our compost facility where a front end loader moves it around. And it takes about 6 months for the waste to go from being delivered to the facility to being turned into usable compost.
Yeah, because you do have to mix it around, right? It doesn't just sit there.
Then where do you put
exactly.
it? Are you selling it to other people to collect, or what do you do with it once it's composted?
So all of our compost, so that 2,000 tons of waste turns into about 800 tons of usable compost. And all of that gets used across the zoo. We don't have any extra. Compost is actually very expensive. If you've ever gone to the store to buy some for your backyard, it is not. It's not cheap. And so the compost that we produced, in addition to dealing with the waste that our animals are producing, saves us hundreds of thousands of dollars a year.
Win-win. Can you use? Can all animals' excrements be used for composting?
No. So yeah, we have to be a little bit careful with what goes into the compost because it does get spread around the zoo. Waste from primates, which are very closely related to us, or carnivores, is specially disposed of. There's a dedicated waste stream that goes into that takes into account any sickness or disease that those animals might be carrying.
I've never thought about this topic, by the way.
I'm just thinking about
I'm never going to not be able to think about it.
The original Jurassic Park, when she's going through the T-Rex, Anyway. What else are you guys doing? I'm glad we kind of got caught up on all this, and I hope other zoos are doing this, and I think we have a list of a couple other zoos that are doing this as well. But what are some of the other things you guys are doing there for, to be eco-friendly?
Well, so, sustainability and green practices are a big part of what modern zoos do. One of the other things that we've put a lot of focus on is reducing single-use plastics. So in all our food service and our gift shops, we've really minimized things that are made out of plastic and only get used once. So in our food service, for example, all of the knives and forks, the plates and so on are all reusable. And the vast majority of the packaging, even things like potato chip bags, is compostable. And so it goes into our compost facility. We've also completely removed plastic bottles. So the plastic water bottles, plastic soda bottles have all been replaced with aluminum containers, which can be much more easily recycled. And that extends to our gift shops as well. Our gift shop staff put a lot of effort into purchasing things that don't have excess packaging. So if you buy like a a stuffed animal at the zoo, instead of that coming in its own separate plastic bag, they all come packaged together. We've removed plastic bags from the gift shops, and now people get paper bags made out of recycled paper. And it really goes across the entire operation, all the way down to our animal care staff, who are wearing a lot of disposable gloves, a lot of disposable masks. All of that stuff gets recycled as well.
Wow, it seems like there's no stone left unturned. You've done it all there. Rich Burgle, we can't wait to see what you guys do next there, the Director of Conservation at the North Carolina Zoo. And it makes sense. You have these animals, the environment. I mean, all zoos should be doing this, and a lot of them are.
Yeah, so there are some other